Hey guys, C here. Thank you so much for clicking to join me in today's video. Today I am sharing with you a behind the scenes as well as a pattern review of my recent make, and that is a caftan, and that is Vogue 1886. It is caftan season. Whether you are going on vacation, whether you are lounging at the pool, whether you are tackling errands on the weekend, okay honey, the sun is out, the heat is up, and it's time to make us something that is rich, vibrant, and flowy, okay? So this was my first time making a caftan. I've never owned one before. Now, I only made this caftan because Simplicity was hosting a challenge on Instagram, So Caftan 2024. And while I thought the odds of me winning were very slim, I still thought it was kind of cool to do something different and participate in the sewing community. So let's get to the nitty gritty of Vogue 1886. Now, this is a Mrs. Caftan. It is very loose fitting, pullover, evening length caftan. It has a front oval and back scooped neckline. There are also side front and side back seams. There are no side seams. The side panels have a square armhole and is slightly above elbow length shaped cape sleeves extended to the hemline with a narrow hem. One thing that I didn't notice before I started sewing is that there are two front buttonhole openings at the waistline for your tie. This pattern does include top stitching. The only notion that you'll need is your cording for your waist tie. I found 5 millimeters. It's a little under a 1/4 inch wide cording at my local JoAnn, as well as my fabric. Now, as far as the length goes, yes, it is evening length for sure. If I do not have on heels, I am stepping on my caftan. For reference, I am 5'8" with long legs. I prefer wearing heels, and my heels are typically 4 to 5 inches tall. So for all my tall girlies, we have a win. For the petite girlies, you might want to err on the side of caution, and you'll probably have to cut your caftan down significantly. This caftan is recommended for a variety of body shapes. It includes inverted triangle, rectangle like myself, as well as hourglass. So many individuals can enjoy this beautiful piece. The pattern is rated as very easy, and it certainly is. And the pattern is only 6 pieces. Now, 3 of those pieces do include extensions. So I cut out a total of 9 pieces. You do need a lot of fabric. Now, size extra small and 60-inch wide fabric requires 4 7/8 yards of fabric. Now, size small, medium, and large require 5 yards of fabric that is 60 inches wide. Now, of course, you got the breakdown for 45-inch wide fabric. Of course, you would need more. Size extra large and 2X are 5 1/4 and 5 1/2 yards respectively. So you will need a lot of fabric. I was unable to score some clearance fabric, but I was able to find some fabric on sale at my local JoAnn. And this pattern does include top stitching. I actually omitted the top stitching, not to avoid it, but instead of top stitching, I understitched. Now, the recommended fabrics include crepe de chine, crepe, batiste, and challis. Now, I used a satin. It is a beautiful green. It's not emerald, but it's not sage. It's like the right mix of the two. So, of course, since the caftan is drapey and loose-fitting, I wanted something just very flowy, very feminine, and that satin was a wonderful choice. Let's get into the sizing. I cut a size 12 to 14. That is a bust of 34 to 36, waist of 26.5 to 28, hip 36 to 38, and back waist length 16 1/4 to 16 1/2. This pattern does not have the finished garment measurements on it. I have a small bust, obviously, and now if I were to do this pattern again, I would size down. It's oversized, it's loose fitting, it's very generous in the ease. If you have a smaller bust like me, consider sizing down. You full busted women, I don't know what to tell you, child, but do you, okay? Regardless, I do love the fit. I had to take in a significant amount on the size, so that is another reason why I will certainly size down and do a small next time around that is an 8 to 10, I'll definitely do a small. This pattern comes in sizes extra small to 2X, and the length is the same for all the pattern pieces. So when I do a size small, I won't have to worry about extending the length because it's already going to be the same length as that medium, if that makes sense. I purchased Casa Silky Satin Cypress Satin Fabric. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, Casa Silky Satin Cypress Satin Fabric. Say that 3 times, okay? Anyway, I digress. It was regular $12.99 a yard. I was able to score it 40% off, so I paid $7.79 a yard. I needed 5 yards of fabric, so I paid right at about $40 for this fabric. For my cording, I purchased 2 yards of my cording for my waist tie. I was able to use a 50% off coupon, and so my cording was $2.50 together, $1.25 a yard. I used thread in my stash. I purchased my pattern off of simplicity.com. It was 70% off, so I paid $4.70 for my pattern. That means that I am all in at $47.20 for this project. Now I'm cheating because I'm filming my intro after I've completed my garment. But for $47.20 for the piece that I made, well worth it, okay? Stay tuned, you'll see. There is also a full-length tutorial on YouTube. I will drop the link to that video if you are interested. I'm not familiar with the sewist, but I did have a bit of the video on as background noise, and just to feel like I had someone in the room sewing with me. So it sounds like a great video. Any reference points that I needed or any visuals that I may have needed was right there. But once again, this is a very easy pattern, and I'm quite certain that beginners can get through it without even referencing a video or a book or anything like that. Now, that is the pattern information. Let's roll the film on the behind the scenes. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. It is a little before 11:30. Now I have some sewing related things that I need to get done, and I have to get them done today, or at least make progress on them today, because I am traveling tomorrow for an engagement. My husband is working all day today, so that means I am gonna try to tackle these tasks with all 3 of the kids. Now I'm going to make it as quick and as brief as possible for them. So the main thing that I want to do is visit JoAnn's. JoAnn's has 70% off on clearance, and I was there very briefly the other day. I did not have enough time to look. I just went in for a pattern because it was on sale and had to come right back out. But I want to go back. I recently picked up almost 3 dozen patterns off of simplicity.com. And so those arrived yesterday. So I want to scout a little bit of fabric, especially if it's on clearance and it's reduced to a great price. I want to scout some fabric for those patterns, just a few of them. I want to participate in the Caftan challenge for Simplicity. So I want to look for some fabric there, and I need 5 yards. I don't have 5 yards of any fabric in my stash. So
I want to do that. I do have some other errands I need to run. I don't know if the kids will be able to hang. I did make sure that they had a good breakfast, and I'm gonna load them with snacks, and the tablets are fully charged. So hopefully this is a good trip to JoAnn's, okay? I'll keep you guys posted. See you in a bit. So here is what I purchased from JoAnn today. Now this is a brocade, and I'm going to use it for a vest and pantsuit. I'm going to be using a new Vogue pattern that I recently picked up, as well as, I don't know, I'm going to find some trousers in my pattern stash, because I don't know how to do a fly front yet. I say yet because I'm going to teach myself any day now. But this is like a taupe and silver or a taupe and gray. It has a beautiful sheen to it. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to dive in and start working on that. I wanted to go with a bold and bright color like the pattern packet, but I couldn't find that. I couldn't find it in the suitings. I might chance it and look online because I do plan on making the pattern more than once. But for now, I think this is good, and I think this is light enough that I can get away with it this season or this fall. I plan on making it this summer though. This was 70% off. So this was on clearance for $6 a yard. So I picked up 4 yards of this. And then this is a cotton, a quilting cotton. I have a lot of shirt dresses, and I definitely want to participate in shirt dress, Battle of the Shirt Dresses, a challenge that's hosted by Rochelle from Rochelle Handmade and Designs. So because I have so many patterns and I'm really anxious to get back into making buttons and buttonholes, because I actually did enjoy that. It was regular $9.99, and with the 70% off, it came up to $3 a yard. I picked up 5 yards of this because this was on a 45-inch wide bolt. And then here we are, the woman of the hour. This is a green satin. It is a hammered satin, and this is what I'm going to be using for the Caftan. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a fabric that I liked on the clearance rack for the Caftan, especially needing 5 yards. I did want to keep that cost as minimal as possible. I did find this one on sale. It was regular $12.99 and it was 40% off, so this was $7.79 a yard. I had to pick up 5, so this was right under 40 bucks. But still, as elegant as I'm envisioning this piece to be, I should have it for quite some time. So once again, this is a hammered satin, and then I found cording. This is a metallic gold, and I think the two are just going to look divine together. So we are going to go ahead and pick up where we left off last night. Last night, I cut the pattern pieces for the Caftan. Tonight I'm going to cut the fabric pieces, and my goal is to do all of the assembly and have the finishes, so the hem and certain things like that left over. So I'm going to go ahead and put you off into the corner and start that time lapse, and we'll check in at the end of the night. So it's really late. I need to go to bed. I need to be well rested, especially traveling on the highway tomorrow. So I'm gonna stop here. I just want to give you an update. I had the damnedest time figuring out how to put the side in. So right here, yeah, you're gonna see some bare skin. But right here, you just have the sleeves, right? So I'm supposed to put the side in, but leave the sleeves still loose and omitted. And I had the damnedest time figuring it out. Finally got it. It's pinned in. So I'm going to sew that in, but not tonight. So now that I figured this out, before I forget how I did it, I'm going to go ahead and pin the other side, clip the other side up, and then I'm going to call it a night. That means when I pick this back up, hopefully tomorrow, I will be sewing the sides in and then hemming and then putting in the cord. So I think it's so cute. I've got my buttonholes. Here's one. I haven't opened it yet. And here is the other one. So that's cool. But this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's got a great weight to it. Cinch up that waist. I am really gonna feel like a Grecian goddess, okay? A black Grecian goddess. This is beautiful, and the length is amazing. There's my foot. The length is just phenomenal. The color is radiant. I love the hammered appeal. It looks very textured. The sheen makes it look so expensive. This was great. This was great. All right, so we'll finish this up hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully I get back home at a decent time and I can come in. If not, then it's looking like this will get hit back up Monday after work. All right, good night, you guys. Good morning. It is bright and early Sunday morning. I definitely just ran out of bed. Once the kids woke me up, I just ran out of bed, used the bathroom, and here I am headed into the she shed to finish up this caftan. Now, as I previously mentioned, I have an engagement that I have to drive to. It's out of town. It's a little under 2.5 hours for me. I have to be there around 2. My husband has another side hustle gig today, so he is going to be pretty much booked all day as well. So I'm dropping off the boys at my parents' house and taking Kai with me. And so I don't manage my time well. So ideally, I would like to be out of the house at 10:30 to drop them off. Kai and I can take our time getting breakfast and we're not rushed. So I'm giving myself a little under an hour to come in here and finish working on this Caftan, and hopefully I can finish it all together. That is the goal. Okay? So it has been a little under an hour and she is done for the most part. We're about, I'd say 90-95% of the way done. Fully constructed. Everything is hemmed, but it does need to be cleaned up and polished a bit. Of course, I've done my pressing along the way, but I did not have time to pre-wash it because I already had loads in the washer and dryer. So I'm going to go in, try it on for my husband, and then put it on a nice, cold, gentle cycle. Let it air dry overnight, and tomorrow after work, then we're going to finish it up entirely. Clean up the hems, clean up the insides. The inside's a little... And then she will be completely done. And I can't wait to show her to you because... I'm feeling pretty grown and sexy in her, okay? So now it is time for the reveal.